Sheila Eisenberg's Women Who Love Men Who Kill is a gripping exploration of relationships where love intertwines with murder. This book made me feel a whirlwind of emotions, scoring an 8 out of 10 for its emotional impact. The plots are intriguing, earning a solid 7 out of 10. But it's the characters that truly shine, with a remarkable 9 out of 10. Eisenberg's writing style is compelling, scoring a 7 out of 10, and it challenges our understanding of love and human connection. As you read, the stories become more engaging, drawing you deeper into the enigma. The richness of the narratives makes you increasingly curious about what these women find attractive in their lovers who have killed. Eisenberg's exploration takes us behind prison walls, into visiting rooms where women come face to face with the men they love, men who have taken lives. Their stories challenge our understanding of love and attraction in unlikely circumstances. Eisenberg paints vivid portraits of these women, capturing their hopes and fears. She humanizes both the women and the men involved in these relationships. Women Who Love Men Who Kill is an essential read for understanding human connection and love in darkness. Sheila Eisenberg, a seasoned journalist and author, explores the complexities of human relationships. Her book, Women Who Love Men Who Kill, delves into the lives of women who form relationships with convicted murderers. Through empathy and meticulous research, Eisenberg sheds light on this often misunderstood phenomenon. These are human faces behind the headlines. The idea of women falling in love with men who kill might seem like the stuff of sensationalized headlines or crime dramas, but Sheila Eisenberg's book reveals a startling reality. It's a phenomenon far more prevalent than many realize. Behind prison walls, love and attraction intertwine with the harsh realities of incarceration. Eisenberg's work reminds us that the human heart can forge connections in unexpected places. While the public might recoil at prison romance, Eisenberg's research reveals these relationships are not uncommon. Countless letters are exchanged between women and men serving time for murder. Visiting rooms become stages for courtship, where women reach out to individuals deemed dangerous by society. These women come from all walks of life, sharing a profound connection to men who have committed violence. The reasons behind this attraction are varied and complex, rooted in psychological, sociological, and personal factors. Eisenberg's book delves into the lives of these women, exploring their motivations and vulnerabilities. She examines the power dynamics, control, and longing for connection in these relationships. Through interviews and case studies, Eisenberg paints a nuanced portrait of this hidden world. Women Who Love Men Who Kill challenges readers to confront their notions about love, crime, and attraction. It serves as a thought-provoking exploration of a complex social phenomenon, inviting readers to engage in a nuanced dialogue about the human capacity for both love and darkness. Section 2. The Numbers Don't Lie. Quantifying the phenomenon. Concrete data underscores the prevalence of women falling for convicted murderers. Studies provide insights into this phenomenon, despite the sensitive nature of the subject. A significant percentage of men serving life sentences receive letters, visits, or marriage proposals. High-profile cases like Ted Bundy and Charles Manson received a deluge of fan mail. These letters highlight the allure that danger and transgression can hold. The phenomenon extends beyond serial killers to everyday prison relationships. Relationships often develop through pen pal programs or prison ministries. The anonymity of correspondence fosters a sense of intimacy and connection. Statistics remind us of the captivating and perplexing nature of the human heart. Eisenberg's book sheds light on the motivations and experiences of these women. Section 3. Seeking Answers in Academia. Studies and Insights. The phenomenon of women who love men who kill has intrigued academics. Psychologists, sociologists, and criminologists have proposed various theories to understand these relationships. One theory suggests women are drawn to the bad boy archetype. Another theory points to a desire for control. These relationships are complex, influenced by individual psychology and societal factors. Eisenberg's book explores these multifaceted dynamics. Section 4. Beyond the statistics, the human element. Behind the statistics and theories lie real people with complex emotions and stories. Eisenberg's book humanizes both the women and the men involved, reminding us they are not just research subjects, but individuals with profound, often troubling lives. We meet a woman drawn to a convicted murderer while caring for her husband. Through one of her female character's story, we witness emotional turmoil and societal judgment. Eisenberg's storytelling extends compassion to the men behind bars. They are not one-dimensional monsters, but sons, brothers, fathers, and friends. The women who love them see a side the world never witnesses. Through letters, calls, and visits, a unique intimacy develops. Eisenberg challenges readers to look beyond sensationalism and stereotypes. She encourages a nuanced, compassionate dialogue about human relationships, recognizing the complexities and enduring power of the human heart. This woman's story, as recounted in Sheila Eisenberg's Women Who Love Men Who Kill, unfolds like a tragic love story set against the stark backdrop of the criminal justice system. Married to Jesse, a man left severely disabled after a traumatic accident, she finds herself thrust into the role of caretaker. In her profound loneliness, she reluctantly agrees to visit Phil, a friend of her friend's incarcerated husband, at the State Correctional Institute of Pittsburgh. Their first meeting is far from love at first sight. This lady, apprehensive, finds herself face-to-face with a man who challenges her preconceived notions of what a convicted murderer should look and sound like. Phil is articulate, engaging, and seemingly genuine in his remorse for the crime that landed him behind bars. As weeks turn into months, she finds herself drawn back to the prison, her visits with Phil becoming a lifeline. He listens to her worries about Jessie, her frustrations with her family, and the dreams she's had to put on hold. In Phil, she finds a confidant, a source of emotional support, and a man who sees her as a woman worthy of attention and affection. She grapples with the stigma attached to loving a convicted murderer, yet she finds herself unable to deny the powerful connection she feels with Phil. In the world of prison relationships, where physical contact is limited, letters become a lifeline, a conduit for intimacy. For her and Phil, their correspondence becomes a sacred space where their love story unfolds, one handwritten page at a time. They pour their hearts out to each other, sharing their innermost thoughts and dreams. Her letters to Phil are filled with tenderness, longing, and the emotional exhaustion of caring for her ailing husband. She writes to him about her day, the challenges of navigating Jesse's medical needs, and moments of joy. She confides in him about her fears, her doubts, and the guilt she carries for falling in love with a man who has taken a life. Phil's letters to her are equally heartfelt, filled with expressions of love, gratitude, and remorse. He writes to her about his daily routine, the monotony of prison life, and his efforts to better himself. He encourages her to pursue her own dreams and to never doubt the depth of his love for her. Through their letters, she and Phil create a world of their own, a world where the harsh realities of prison bars and societal judgment fade into the background. The bond that develops between her and Phil is forged not just in the romantic words they exchange, but also in the shared understanding that comes from facing adversity. This woman, burdened by the responsibility of caring for her disabled husband, finds solace in confiding in Phil. Phil, stripped of his freedom, finds a sense of purpose in supporting her. Their conversations delve deeper than the superficial. They discuss their pasts, their families, their hopes, and their regrets. They grapple with the complexities of life, love, and the choices that have led them to this unlikely intersection. They find comfort in knowing that they are not alone in their struggles. There's an unspoken understanding that develops between them, a recognition of the shared humanity that exists even in the face of profound differences. She sees beyond Phil's crime, recognizing the remorse and the potential for redemption that lies within him. Phil, in turn, sees beyond her role as a caretaker, appreciating her strength, her compassion, and her unwavering loyalty. Section 4. Facing Judgment. Navigating a Socially Unacceptable Love. As she and Phil's relationship blossoms within the confines of the prison walls, they face a new set of challenges in the outside world. This woman, once a dutiful wife and caretaker, finds herself labeled as naive or even morally corrupt for falling for a man who has taken a life. The judgment comes from all sides: her family, her friends, and even strangers. The weight of societal disapproval bears down on her, forcing her to confront her own beliefs and values. She questions her own sanity, wondering how she could possibly love a man capable of such a heinous act. She grapples with the fear of judgment and the guilt of betraying the expectations placed upon her. Phil, despite his physical confinement, is acutely aware of the stigma attached to their relationship. He encourages her to prioritize her own well-being and to never apologize for the love they share. Together, they navigate the complexities of their situation, finding strength in their love for each other. Section 1. Delving into the psyche, why him? The question that echoes throughout Sheila Eisenberg's Women Who Love Men Who Kill is a complex one. Why? To understand these women is to delve into the depths of their psyches, to explore the often hidden wounds, unmet needs, and deep-seated desires that shape their choices. One recurring theme is the presence of low self-esteem and a lack of self-worth. Women who have endured emotional neglect or abuse may be more susceptible to forming relationships with partners who reinforce their negative self-perceptions. The convicted murderer, often portrayed as remorseful, becomes a blank canvas onto which these women can project their own desires to heal and find love. The power dynamic, where the incarcerated partner is entirely reliant on them, can be alluring. Another psychological factor is hybristophilia, a paraphilia characterized by sexual attraction to individuals who have committed crimes. The allure of the forbidden and the danger associated with these men can be intoxicating for some. These women may be drawn to the intensity of emotions and the taboo nature of the relationship. Eisenberg's book avoids generalizations, presenting a diverse range of perspectives and motivations. Section 2. The allure of the forbidden, danger and desire. The allure of the forbidden has captivated humankind since the dawn of time. There's an undeniable thrill in transgressing boundaries and embracing that which society deems taboo. In the context of Women Who Love Men Who Kill, this allure is often intertwined with the undeniable presence of danger. These men represent a departure from the societal ideal of the protective, nurturing partner. For some women, this element of danger becomes entangled with desire. The convicted murderer becomes an object of fascination, a symbol of raw masculinity and unrestrained power. The very act of falling for someone deemed dangerous by society can be intoxicating. These women may derive a sense of purpose from taming the beast, believing their love can redeem even the darkest of souls. The controlled environment of the prison system can further fuel this dynamic, creating a heightened sense of longing and desire. Section 3. Healing the wounds, filling the void. For many women, the relationship represents more than just a romantic entanglement. It's an attempt to heal deep-seated wounds. These women, often carrying the scars of past traumas, may be drawn to the vulnerability and perceived remorse of the incarcerated partner. They see a wounded soul in need of healing and feel compelled to offer their love and support. The act of caring for another can be deeply fulfilling. These women may find a sense of purpose in their role as confidant and emotional anchor. They become a lifeline to the outside world, a source of hope in the face of despair. The incarcerated partner becomes entirely reliant on the woman for emotional support and communication. This dynamic can be alluring for women who crave a sense of control and purpose. The relationship can become a way to avoid confronting her own pain and to seek validation through the act of saving another. Section 4. Society's role shaping perceptions and fueling fantasies. From sensationalized headlines to romanticized portrayals of crime in popular culture, society often fuels the fantasies that draw these women to convicted murderers. The media's obsession with true crime creates a culture of fascination around these individuals. News outlets often humanize the perpetrators, showcasing their seemingly normal lives before their descent into darkness. This duality can be captivating, creating a sense of empathy and even admiration for individuals who have committed unspeakable acts. Popular culture further blurs the lines between reality and fantasy. Movies, television shows, and books often depict romantic relationships between law enforcement officers and criminals. These narratives reinforce the idea that love can blossom in the most unlikely of places. The romanticized image of the bad boy redeemed through love is a pervasive trope. This fantasy can be particularly alluring for women who crave a love story that defies convention. Section 1. The weight of guilt and shame, a mother's reckoning. The weight of societal judgment weighs heavily on mothers of men who kill, manifesting as guilt and shame. Eisenberg introduces us to mothers navigating this emotional terrain, each in their own way. Their stories reveal the emotional toll of societal judgment and internalized shame. Section 2. Seeking solace in shared faith, finding God in unlikely places. For many women who love men who kill, faith becomes a source of solace, a guiding light in the darkness. Eisenberg notes that many women she interviewed were devoutly religious, finding comfort in their faith and the belief in redemption. Some view their relationships with convicted murderers as a divine calling, a test of their faith. They may engage in Bible study, pray for their souls, and believe their love can be transformative. The prison walls become a metaphor for the separation between the earthly and spiritual realms. Others find comfort in the belief that everyone is deserving of love and compassion. They see their incarcerated partners as children of God capable of repentance and redemption. Their faith provides a framework for understanding human nature and finding grace in darkness. Eisenberg approaches faith in these relationships with sensitivity, recognizing it as a source of strength. She presents their beliefs as an authentic expression of their lived experiences. Section 3. The price of love, sacrifices and compromises. Loving a man behind bars comes at a steep price, involving significant sacrifices and compromises. Eisenberg explores how these women adapt their lives and routines to accommodate their unconventional relationships. They sacrifice freedom, time, and financial resources. Visits to prisons are infrequent and expensive. Phone calls are limited and monitored. They financially support their incarcerated partners. They sacrifice social standing and relationships. They face ridicule and isolation. The stigma impacts their employment and social interactions. Despite challenges, they remain committed, viewing sacrifices as a testament to their love. They adapt, creating normalcy and holding on to hope for a future reunion. Section 4. When fantasy meets reality, the disillusionment. While the initial stages of these relationships are often characterized by intense emotions, a sense of purpose, and the belief in the transformative power of love, disillusionment is a common experience for women who love men who kill. The fantasy of redemption often collides with the harsh realities of prison life, eroding the romanticism that initially drew them to their incarcerated partners. They are left to pick up the pieces of their lives, often carrying the emotional scars of their experiences and the stigma of having loved a man who kills. Beyond the personal, these stories prompt broader conversations about justice, forgiveness, and societal perceptions of crime and punishment. Sheila Eisenberg's book challenges readers to confront uncomfortable truths about the criminal justice system and human relationships. Critics argue these relationships undermine justice, while proponents believe in the possibility of change and redemption. Eisenberg's book fosters a nuanced dialogue about punishment, redemption, and empathy. The intersection of justice and forgiveness is a complex terrain, especially with crimes like murder. Sheila Eisenberg's book explores women who love men who kill, confronting the limits of forgiveness and the power of empathy. These women grapple with love, justice, and the pain inflicted on victims and their families. They struggle to reconcile their love with the knowledge of their partner's crimes. Wrestling with guilt, shame, and societal judgment, they walk a tightrope. Some find forgiveness by recognizing the humanity of the perpetrator and believing in transformation. They draw strength from faith, believing in grace and redemption. Inspired by their partner's efforts to better himself, they see genuine remorse. Eisenberg's book offers no prescriptive approach, but provides a platform for diverse perspectives. Women share their personal journeys, finding peace and meaning in unconventional relationships. Sheila Eisenberg's book challenges stereotypes about women who love inmates, revealing their diverse motivations and resilience. She dismantles the narrative that paints these women as naive or desperate. Eisenberg showcases their strength, loyalty, and the sacrifices they make. She encourages empathy and understanding, challenging societal judgments. Section 4. The ongoing debate. Exploitation or empowerment. The debate surrounding women who love men who kill often centers on the question of whether these relationships are inherently exploitative or whether they can be a source of empowerment for the women involved. This debate raises fundamental questions about agency, consent, and the power dynamics at play in relationships where one partner is incarcerated and the other is free. Critics argue that these relationships are inherently imbalanced, with the incarcerated partner holding a position of power despite their physical confinement. They point out that inmates, particularly those serving long sentences, may be motivated by loneliness, desperation, or a desire to manipulate women on the outside for financial gain, emotional support, or even assistance in legal appeals. On the other hand, proponents of these relationships emphasize the agency and consent of the women involved, arguing that they are not victims but rather individuals who are making conscious choices about their romantic partners and their lives. They argue that these relationships can be mutually beneficial, offering companionship, emotional support, and a sense of purpose to both parties. Eisenberg's book doesn't take a definitive stance in this debate, recognizing that the answer is rarely black and white. She acknowledges the potential for exploitation, particularly in cases where there are significant power imbalances or a history of abuse. However, she also highlights the agency, resilience, and transformative experiences of many women who have found love and fulfillment in these unconventional relationships. She encourages readers to approach this complex issue with nuance and sensitivity, recognizing that each relationship is unique and shaped by its own set of circumstances and individual choices. Section 1. Echoes of Untold Stories. Sheila Eisenberg's Women Who Love Men Who Kill reveals a hidden phenomenon. It challenges us to confront uncomfortable truths about love, justice, and understanding. The book forces us to ask difficult questions about love and humanity. Eisenberg's exploration is both timely and timeless. Section 2. A Legacy of Empathy. Perhaps the most enduring legacy of Women Who Love Men Who Kill lies in its ability to foster empathy and understanding for those whose choices and experiences may seem incomprehensible at first glance. Eisenberg's compassionate storytelling humanizes both the women and the men involved in these relationships, reminding us that they are not simply subjects of research or figures in a sociological study, but individuals whose lives have intersected in profound and often troubling ways. By giving voice to the women who have often been silenced, shamed, or misunderstood, Eisenberg challenges us to listen with open hearts and minds, to resist the urge to judge, and to recognize the shared humanity that binds us together, even in the face of profound differences in our lived experiences. She encourages us to look beyond the stereotypes and the sensationalism, to see the complexities, the contradictions, and the enduring power of the human spirit, to find connection and solace in the most unexpected of places. The book's impact extends beyond the realm of criminal justice and into the broader landscape of human relationships. It serves as a reminder that love, in all its forms, can be both a source of immense joy and profound pain. It highlights the importance of vulnerability, communication, and the courage to confront our own shadows and the shadows of those we love. Section 3. The Enduring Power of Human Connection. In the end, Women Who Love Men Who Kill is a testament to the enduring power of human connection, even in the face of unimaginable adversity. It reveals the lengths to which we will go to find love, acceptance, and a sense of belonging, even if it means defying societal norms, challenging our own beliefs, and risking judgment and ostracism. The stories shared within its pages serve as a reminder that the human heart is a resilient and often unpredictable organ, capable of forging bonds in the most unlikely of circumstances. The book doesn't offer easy answers or attempt to resolve the complex ethical and societal questions it raises. Instead, it leaves us with a profound sense of wonder at the complexities of human nature, the enduring power of love, and the possibility of finding redemption and grace in the darkest of places. As we close the book and return to our own lives, we carry with us a heightened awareness of the hidden stories that surround us, the invisible threads that connect us all, and the importance of approaching each other with compassion, curiosity, and a willingness to listen with open hearts and minds.